What's up, gamers? This is NGG here with another review video. This time it is for South Park Snow Day on the Nintendo Switch. This is by THQ Nordic, and I am not alone in this review. We have somebody who's gonna join us.
Alright. Yo, what's up? Your boy Lazy James, Lazy Marz, all that in the building, man. And the building forever. You know what it is, man. Let's get to it.
For you, we're gonna talk about, as always, we talk about story, gameplay, and then we'll give it a review for you guys. This game came out at the beginning of this year, so we're not too far away from when it came out. So let's talk about the story of South Park Snow Day. South Park Snow Day is basically takes place in the world of South Park. So I will let you guys know ahead of time, if you don't like crude humor, sometimes racist, sometimes not, sometimes sexist, sometimes not. It's a lot of humor that and the creators do it on purpose. So if you're not a fan of that, don't play this game. Don't play this game, don't play this game, you're not gonna have fun, alright? Because it's all that South Park humor. Go watch an episode of South Park, come back, see if you're willing to play this game. But I've watched South Park in the past. I'm not offended by South Park because I know that they do it on purpose. They do it to give you a rise. So I know that's what they're doing. So in this game in South Park, it's exactly what it's called. The kids have a snow day. So for some reason, all of the town of South Park has got into this winter wonderland kind of situation, and all the kids don't have school, and you see the kids super happy about having snow day. You know, it doesn't make anything now because a lot of kids don't have snow days because now you have online learning. But that's before online learning was a thing. When we used to have snow days, it'd be a thing. You'd be outside playing in the snow, and that's what these kids are doing. And they're up to their shenanigans again on their little magic adventure quest. And this time, it's about dark matter and all the things surrounding dark matter in the Christmas story. So you're going from place to place, trying to figure out why the snow won't stop, because something magical is causing the snow not to stop snowing. And you get your own create a character, which I'm sure Marz will talk about later, and you to go on the world of South Park to try to stop the freeze that is happening. You have some familiar faces in the South Park world. You have all the four boys that you normally see, plus a couple of the other reoccurring characters in this show. So yeah, that's basically the story. You're trying to figure out why the snow won't stop. All the adults are trying to shovel out, and if you were around during 2020, the toilet paper is back as a thing where they are coveted in this game as well. So yeah, I think that's the main premise. If I'm missing anything, let me know. If not, you could go straight into gameplay.
No, you pretty much got everything. The gameplay is pretty much like a beat 'em up with cars with upgrades. You start with base set of weapons, base set of items, base set of cars, and then as the game progresses, you level up. You get more cars to choose from, more weapons to choose from. It has your basic beat 'em up style. You can have a sword and board, you can have a bow and arrow, you can have a staff, use magic, if you're a mage type. But as far as the controls themselves, to me, they did feel kind of clunky. Not like you hit the button, it might take a little bit for it to register in the game. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. I don't know if that's how you felt, but a little slow on the controls. But other than that, I think the motion of the game is fine. It's just, getting your cards and picking strong cards for your weapons. So if you have a bow and arrow, you want to make sure you're picking cards that upgrade your bow and arrow usage. You don't want to be picking a card that's a melee card and you're using a ranged weapon. So you have special abilities, BS abilities, I'll say, that you can upgrade, get out of jail free card situations. But as far as the controls of the game, I think they're pretty standard.
You want to talk about how the game plays in multiplayer?
Yeah, you first and foremost, it only goes off of one save file. So you pick a dedicated person that's going to be saved on, and then you pretty much just queue up. You get into the lobby, all join up, and then just it's a four versus the world, and if you can't get a fourth person or second person, they'll throw a bot in or whatever the case may be, and just pretty much just getting in there and beating them up.
I don't think that bot was super helpful. I feel like we had to save that bot more times than it saved us. I was like,
well, it helped me early on, I'll admit. But then I got so good at the game, like your upgrades become so great at the end. Your ability to heal yourself, and if you pick the right cards for your weapon, and you're pretty much going to be unstoppable.
Right, and the only thing I didn't like was the randomizing of the cards. Like you can pick the cards, but they're still random. Like I would get cards that were not for what I had equipped, and I was like, oh well, this ain't gonna help me.
Well, you could reshuffle, but it cost you toilet paper or dark matter. So you got a decision to make. It's like, am I gonna go in, or under equipped, or am I gonna reshuffle? So toilet paper and dark matter is the currency for when you want to do stuff. And the hub, like if you want to get like gear, like different cosmetic look, you know what I mean? You can do that with your currency, but it comes at a price. Do you just want to look good, or do you actually want to be good in the game? You know what I mean?
I never picked the look good. It was always like I want my stuff to work.
Yeah, I had the same fit throughout the whole game, so it was, I need to be strong first and foremost.
Right. And if you're talking about upgrade, if you go into the toilet, the porta potty, you could upgrade your stats and ability using dark matter. So like toilet paper was for the shops, whereas dark matter was basically for Mr. Hanky. So anytime you wanted to like do permanent upgrades, even though I say permanent, but you could remove the stats. It wasn't like
you can
rearrange them if you wanted to, because I don't feel like we ever got enough dark matter for me to like fill out all that page that they gave you. In our we played. This game isn't that long, by the way. I think we played.
No, it's not long.
4 game sessions of like 2 hours each. Actually, the last game session was only 40 minutes. So 4 game sessions, 3 of 2 hours each, and then 1 of 40 minutes. You guys do the math. It's not that long. So I don't know if this game expects you to play more. We also at the end switched it to easy, so I don't know if that makes a difference, because the boss, getting to the bosses were harder sometimes than the bosses. I don't know if you felt the same way. I know I felt that way.
Yeah, dealing with those tall dudes was worse than the boss. The tall dudes were a monster.
The bullies, right? The one with the...
No, not the bullies. Like them tall dudes.
Which tall dudes?
The bullies were hard too, but remember those tall dudes? Like old tall men?
At the end?
Them guys were like... If that was the boss, that'd be crazy.
Imagine if they were the boss. It would have been harder, because we didn't have... I think there was one boss that gave us pause. I think it was Stan, right? And only because he was jumping around a lot.
Yeah.
All the other bosses...
Yeah, most of the bosses themselves weren't hard, but each boss had a mechanic, like, get to the cannon, do this, do that. Like, you ain't even fighting the boss. You're doing all this old goofy stuff, like, to fight the boss. So, like, it's not like they were hard. It's just like you had to do more stuff outside. Just beat them up. Like, do this, do that, do this. All right, okay.
So, I guess if there's nothing else in story and gameplay, we are headed to our rating section, and I always let you go first. I fear for what this rating is going to get.
This always an issue with me. I don't know. I give a game a 5 or a 1, and I'm letting you know right now, it ain't a 5.
Oh
no! What is it? 1 through 5? We do this every time.
1 through 5. 1 through 5.
All right, 1 through 5. I'm gonna say this just to touch on what you said real quick. Like, yeah, if crude humor isn't your thing and all that, yeah, you ain't gonna gel. Like, for me, it's just not. I didn't watch South Park or anything like that. I was like, but I think I would like the game because I did like that first one they came out with. So like maybe I like. And even though I didn't play it, I always like the game played. What, the Fractured Butthole?
There's 2. There's the Stick of Truth and the Fractured Butthole.
Yeah, that one I was like, oh, everybody talked this, so let me just try this one out. So it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, and with that, like I couldn't enjoy it. Like I didn't want to go in and talk to Mr. Hanky because that's just too crude for me. So I couldn't even get my abilities up because I was like, I'm not going in that portal party. You know what I mean? So with that said, yeah, I'm giving it a. Now hold up, I'm not just giving it a like. I'm gonna give it a 2. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5. But my issues with the game was like it was buggy too. Like we were trying to do stuff like the spells weren't going through the stage, or like you try to jump and it just wouldn't jump. There was like just a lot of little bugs. Like we were like you couldn't hit, or we're trying to heal. We're clearly healing each other. It's not healing. Like little stuff like that. I'll give it a 2 out of 10. 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna say this about the other South Park games. I don't think they were the same developer. I don't think. I think Ubisoft did the other ones where THQ did this one.
Yeah. You could tell this was a THQ game. I'm gonna say that. So yeah, maybe I need to go try the Ubisoft one. Those will get different.
The Fractured Butthole was definitely much better. I really like the Fractured Butthole. I haven't played the Stick of Truth, so I have no frame of reference on the Stick of Truth, but definitely the Fractured Butthole was good. I liked it. And it plays like an RPG. It's a lot longer and everything.
And to be fair, I only paid $4 for the game, so there's that. I did definitely not full price.
Yeah, when I bought this game, I bought it on launch, but I bought it from Video Games Plus, and I got it for $20. It came out, I think, originally at $30, so it did come out at as a discount game, right? We knew
it came out low anyway.
Yeah, it came
to get a new game for $20.
Yeah, it came out low. It came out so OG price was $30. I got it for $20 and you got it for $4. So it wasn't expensive. So for the amount we paid for it, I was okay with it, right? I did.
Yeah, for sure, no doubt.
I didn't like that they gave us the freaking extra character that did nothing, right? Like that character didn't help. I mean, you said it helped you, but I felt like it never helped me. It never knew to go it never knew to go to everybody. Like if say the three of us, because we played as a party of 3, it was you, me, and Wild Harpy. If all 3 of us were down and the NPC was up, we were all down. That's it. He was not reviving not a one of us to get up. So I feel like, and then sometimes he slowed us down too, because at the end, he was in the back dead, and no matter how many times we revived him, he'd be dead again. I'm like, who are you? Who are you fighting?
I think I stopped reviving him after a while.
Yeah.
He auto-teleported.
Exactly. I was like, you know what? You'll find your way back, I'm sure. So I didn't like how... I think that it needed a better AI, I think, for me. And that's how we were playing on easy. So I feel like maybe it could be less intrusive when you're playing it on normal or hard. But when you're playing it on easy, you expect the NPC to help a little bit more, which I don't think it did. I did like that we can play 4 players. Like, this is the only South Park game that I know that you could play up 4 players, and I did enjoy that. I didn't like that only one person saved. Like, it wasn't cross progression. Like, if you wanted to play without me, you'd have to start again from the beginning. Because I was the host for the whole time, and nobody else hosted because I had the save file. So, like, nobody else could play without me, and you could go back. Like, you could do a previous chapter, but if you had played a previous chapter in somebody else's game, you couldn't go forward. I mean, I didn't experience that, obviously, because I was the host, but you and Wild Harpy told me the same thing, that you couldn't go forward. You had to start from the beginning of the game. So I didn't like that, because I always like a game with cross progression. If I play it on your file, give me the option. Do you want to do cross progression? Yes or no? And then it'll save. So I'm gonna say I give this game a 3. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it, but I think for me it's a solid 3. It wasn't a bad game. It wasn't a great game. I wish it was fleshed out. I wish it was longer. I think the thing of the game for me was, even though we took forever to play it because we couldn't get together, if we would have been able to get together a lot faster, we would have finished this game like that. And I don't think that would have been fun for me, like finishing a game in under 6 hours.
Yeah, you could probably beat it in one play session, to be honest with you, knowing what we know now.
Yeah, you could probably beat it in one day. I think somebody I think DA did beat it in one day.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Oh, he did.
Yeah, he beat. So
definitely beating this.
we had somebody on our Discord definitely beat it in one day. So it is like a very short game, right?
Mhm.
So I mean, and I don't even think you can play with people in the house. Like it has to be online. Like you can't do more than one. Because
No
I think
local co-op?
I think local co-op would have made it a better situation as well. Even if it forced you guys to stay closer together, because at least there would have been that you guys are all fighting together. But yeah, like I said, just a solid 3. I don't. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. The worst game I've played. Marz, you want to give us your exit ticket?
Yeah, man. Yeah, just signing out, man. Don't be paying full prices for these games. You know what I'm saying? Lazy Chains out. Check me out, man. All the stuff in the description.
Right. Never pay full price, guys. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you played South Park Snow Day, let us know what you think in the comments below. Did we give it a fair shake, or did you think it would it deserved worse than it got? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to Marz and myself. Happy gaming, guys. Bye.